Bender, also known by other alternative names, is a city within the internationally recognized borders of Moldova under de facto control of the unrecognized Transnistria Republic since 1992. It is located on the right bank of the river Dniester in the historical region of Bessarabia. Together with its suburb Proteagailovca, the city forms a municipality, which is separate from Transnistria according to the Moldovan law. Bender is located in the buffer zone established at the end of the 1992 War of Transnistria. While the Joint Control Commission has overriding powers in the city, Transnistria has de facto administrative control. Name: first mentioned in 1408 as in a document in Old Slavonic. The town was known in the Middle Ages as Tăină in Moldavian sources and later as Bender in Ottoman sources. The fortress and the city were called Bender for the most part of the time they were aware of the Ottomans, and during most of the time they belonged to the Russian Empire. They were known as Tăină in the Principality of Moldavia in the early part of the Russian Empire period, and during the time the city belonged to Romania. The city is part of the historical region of Bessarabia. During the Soviet period the city was known in the Moldavian SSR as in Moldovan, written then with the Cyrillic alphabet, and as Iaqut in Russian. Independent Moldova officially knows the city as Bender, but otherwise both names are in use. History: the town was first mentioned as an important customs post in a commerce grant issued by the Moldavian voivode Alexander the Good to the merchants of Lviv on October 8, 1408. The name Tăină is found in documents from the second half of the 15th century. The town was the main Moldavian customs point on the commercial road linking the country to Tatar Crimea. During his reign of Moldavia, Stephen III had a small wooden fort built in the town to defend the settlement from Tatar raids. In 1538, the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent conquered the town from Moldavia and renamed it Bender. Its fortifications were developed into a full fortress under the same name under the supervision of the Turkish architect Koji Mimar. The Ottomans used it to keep the pressure on Moldavia. At the end of the 16th century, several unsuccessful attempts to retake the fortress were made. In the summer of 1574, Prince John III the Terrible led a siege on the fortress, as did Michael the Brave in 1595 and 1600. About the same time the fortress was attacked by Zaporožian Cossacks. In the 18th century, the fort's area was expanded and modernized by the Prince of Moldavia Antio Cantemir, who carried out these works under Ottoman supervision. In 1713, the fortress, the town, and the neighboring village Varnita were the site of skirmishes between Charles XII of Sweden, who had taken refuge with the Cossack hetman Ivan Mazepa after his defeat in the Battle of Poltava, and Turks who wished to enforce the departure of the Swedish king. During the second half of the 18th century, the fortress fell 3 times to the Russians during the Russo-Turkish Wars. Along with Bessarabia, the city was annexed to the Russian Empire in 1812, and remained part of the Russian Governorate of Bessarabia until 1917. Many Ukrainians, Russians and Jews settled in or around Bender, and the town quickly became predominantly Russian-speaking. By 1897, speakers of Romanian and Moldovan made up only around 7% of Bender's population, while 33.4% were Jews. Tăină was part of the Moldavian Democratic Republic in 1917-1918, and after 1918, as part of Bessarabia, the city belonged to Romania, where it was the seat of Tăină County. In 1918, it was shortly controlled by the Odessa Soviet Republic, which was driven out by the Romanian army. The local population was critical of Romanian authorities. Pro-Soviet separatism remained popular. On Easter Day, 1919, the bridge over the Dniester River was blown up by the French army in order to block the Bolsheviks from coming to the city. In the same year, there was a pro-Soviet uprising in Bender, attempting to attach the city to the newly founded Soviet Union. Several hundred communist workers and Red Army members from Bessarabia, headed by Grigory Stary, seized control in Bender on May 27. However, the uprising was crushed on the same day by the Romanian army. Romania launched a policy of Romanianization, and the use of Russian was now discouraged and in certain cases restricted. In Bender, however, Russian continued to be the city's most widely spoken language, being native to 53% of its residents in 1930. Although the share had doubled, Romanian speakers made up only 15%. Along with Bessarabia, the city was occupied by the Soviet Union on June 28, 1940, following an ultimatum. In the course of World War II, it was retaken by Romania in July 1941, and again by the USSR in August 1944. Most of the city's Jews were killed during the Holocaust, although Bender continued to have a significant Jewish community well until the 1990s. In 1940-41 and 1944-1991 it was one of the 4 Republican cities of the Moldavian Soviet Socialist Republic, one of the 15 republics of the Soviet Union. Since 1991, the city is disputed between the Republic of Moldova and Transnistria, due to the city's key strategic location on the right bank of the Dniester River, 10 kilometers from left bank Tiraspol. Bender saw the heaviest fighting of the 1992 War of Transnistria. Since then, it is controlled by Transnistrian authorities, although it has been formally in the demilitarized zone established at the end of the conflict. Most of the city's remaining Jews emigrated after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Moldovan authorities control the commune of Varnita, a suburb fringing the city to the north. Transnistrian authorities control the suburban communes of Proteagailovca, which borders the city to the west, and Dniester, which borders the city to the southwest. They also control Chitkani and Kremensiag, further to the southeast, while Moldovans are in control of Kopanka, further to the southeast. Administration. Nicolae Gliga is the head of the state administration of Bender as of 2015. List of heads of the state administration of Bender: Tom Zenovich, Alexander Posudnevsky, Vyacheslav Kogod, Alexander Moskalyov, acting head of administration, Valery Kernichuk, Yuri Javasiuk, Lada Delibald. Nicolae Gliga. People and culture. Demographics. In 1920, the population of Bender was approximately 26,000. At the time, 1/3 of the population was Jewish, 1/3 of the population was Romanian. Germans, Russians, and Bulgarians were also mixed into the population during that time. At the 2004 census, the city had a population of 100,169, of which the city itself 97,027, and the commune of Proteagailovca 3,142. Note 1. Since the independence of Moldova, there has been ongoing controversy over whether Romanians and Moldovans should be counted officially as the same ethnic group or not. At the census, every citizen could only declare one nationality. Consequently, one could not declare oneself both Moldovan and Romanian. Note 2. The Ukrainian population of Bessarabia was counted in the past as Ruthenians. In a similar way, the Romanian population is counted as Moldovan. Today Media. Radio Chisinau 106.1 FM. Notable people. Natives. People born in the city include 2 Ottoman Grand Viziers known as Benderli Pasha, Benderli Ali Pasha and Mehmed Salim Pasha. Lev Berg, Jewish Soviet zoologist and geographer. Tamara Busi-Ushanu, Romanian actress. Emil Constantinescu, President of Romania. The parents of Aharon Davidi, Israeli paratrooper general. Lulu Edlis, Russian playwright and writer. Yevgeny Fyodorov, Soviet geophysicist. Nikolai Lilin, Russian-Italian writer. Jerzy Naiman, Polish statistician. Michael Postan, British historian. Zubov El-Gilad, Hebrew poet. Residence: Maria Roibu, Maria Ungurianu. Charles XII of Sweden. Petro Poroshenko. Sport. FC Dynamo Bender is the city's professional football club, formerly playing in the top Moldovan football league, the Divizia Națională, before being relegated. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Bender is twinned with Beira, Mozambique. Cavriagard, Italy. Dobăsari, Moldova. Montesilvano, Italy. Ochumcha, Abkhazia. Gallery.